So for the engage, we're going to try to see who its parent is. Is it A, the adult golden retriever, B, a sunflower, or C, cat? Y'all?
A.
A? You think A? A? Yeah, it's A. Alright, so this little baby chick, is it A, B, my dog, or C, this chicken?
It could have been A.
Wow.
Yeah.
But which one is it? What do y'all say it is?
C.
Alright, so who are this little girl's parents? Is it A, Jay-Z and Beyonce, B, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, or C, Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus? A. Y'all say it's A? It is A. And now for the last one, these seeds. What do y'all think that its parent is, that it will grow up to be? A, tree, B, ears of corn, or C, squash? Yeah, it's B, ears of corn. Okay, so for today's exploration, I'm going to go over some expectations. Do not pin the clothespins to your body, your clothes, or your partner. Use the clothespins as directed. Do not write on the poster board that y'all are about to go pick up. Do not spin or throw the penny, and do not place the penny in your mouth. Okay, so here's your groups. So sit next to your partners, and materials manager, go grab the poster board and tray from the side table over there.
Oh, you're too. Did we say across from or next to?
Next to.
Next to?
Yes.
Kristen, you changed again. We're gonna go after that set.
I was getting really bad. It was like 2 people were like, and then you were like, Beyonce. I was like, okay, guys.
Alright, so from the last lesson that we learned about the Charles mockingbird. Birds in the species have variations in the size of their beaks, which y'all learned about picking up the different types of food. So for the first part of this activity, we're going to be in an environment where only small seeds are found. The mockingbirds with the small beaks will be the birds that survive. The mockingbirds with the large beaks will go into the cemetery. Y'all will figure out what that means in a little bit. Okay, so take an exploration and pass it down. All right. Everybody write y'all's names and number, please, on the top of the paper. We're going to go step by step. So for the first step, y'all are going to put 15 small beaked mockingbirds, which are blue clothespins, and 15 large beaked mockingbirds, which are the pink clothespins. And y'all are going to put them into the population row on y'all's poster board. do not represent the actual colors of the mockingbirds. Just keep that in mind. It's just for a visual representation. And once y'all are done, y'all look at me. Okay. So now what y'all are gonna do is flip the coin. The penny that y'all should have had on y'all's tray. So if the coin lands on heads, you're gonna move the small-beaked mockingbird, the blue clothespins, into the surviving column on the poster board. If it lands on tails, you're going to move the large-beaked mockingbird into the cemetery column on the poster board.
All of them?
No, only one. So now what y'all are gonna do is flip the coin 4 more times and move the mockingbirds to the appropriate column after each flip. And then after the 5th flip, the generation will end. Then stop after your 5th flip. And if you forget what's head or tails, there's a little legend on the top left corner of your poster board. It's also on your exploration guide. Remember, the large go in the cemetery and then the small go in surviving. And then flip one more time. Y'all have to have 5. Do 5 flips. Okay. So for every surviving small-beaked mockingbird that you have in the surviving column, you're gonna add 1 small-beaked mockingbird from the blue clothespins bags that y'all had picked up. And y'all are gonna put it in the next generation column on the poster board. So for example, if y'all had 2 surviving mockingbirds, you're going to add 2 more into the next generation from the bag. So on your exploration guide, you're going to write the amount of surviving and cemetery mockingbirds on the poster board. And you're gonna put it into, you can put a little tally into the table. You're also gonna tally up the next generation mockingbirds. And be sure that y'all are on the small seed environment side of the exploration guide. Once y'all are done, y'all are gonna move the cemetery mockingbirds back into its original plastic bag with the pink clothespins.
What are we gonna do? What?
Well, you didn't have any that went to the cemetery, so you're not putting any in the bag. Now you're gonna add up the number of small beaks in the surviving and next generation column. Actually, what y'all are gonna do is you're going to, you have an original population of 15, that's why that 15 is there. And then you're gonna add the next generation, because you're adding the next generation to the current population. So you'll have 5 in the next generation, so 15 plus 5.
There's 2 survivors.
And then you move the surviving and next generation back onto the population row on your poster board. Now it's your turn to do it on y'all's own. So after you have completed 5 generations, you're going to count the total of the number of small beaks and the total number of large beaks that are left in your 5th generation population. You have 8 minutes.
Go ahead. Survives.
did you add the ones from the back?
Do you do
The 20, yes, the
Plus.
last,
I thought
plus
all of these
the
were
next
the
generation. So it'd be 20 plus 3.
No, it's like 30.
We put the first one you was at 29.
Yeah.
I added
Oh,
next
yeah.
generation. So now it's
Like
like
this.
29 plus 4.
You started with 15 and you added the 2.
But
So
we have
that's
15
17.
So we're only counting
And
the
then you're
blues.
only
We're supposed
counting
to
the
have,
blue
like,
for the surviving.
Only counting the blue.
Oh, so there
Because
should
you
be
were in
0
the
in the
small, you were
cemetery
in
then.
this,
No,
you are in the
this one.
small seed environment, you're only counting the survivors.
So these ones aren't surviving?
Because they don't survive in the small seed environment. They have large beaks. These large clothespins represent mockingbirds that have large beaks.
Yeah.
These small ones represent the
Yeah.
ones that have small beaks.
I'm just confused
And-
about the ones over here, but it's okay.
This is what you started off with, and you're not adding any more pink into the population as they die off. The
Yeah.
only ones that go on to the next generation are the blue.
I'm just saying because we have more than 15 in all.
Yeah, you're supposed to have 15 blue and 15 pink.
Oh no.
We put the 15 because there's 15 original blue ones.
So we're only counting.
You're only counting the blue, and yes. What was that? So then once you're done with the 5th generation, you're going to count the total that are left in your current population. And once you're done, please put your pencils down.
It's like 30.
Okay, looks like everybody's done. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna be in an environment where only large seeds are found. So the mockingbirds with the large beaks will be the birds that survive this time. And the mockingbirds with the small beaks will be the ones that go into the cemetery. So you will have 8 minutes to complete generations 1 through 5 for the large seed environment.
Do we start over with 15?
Yes, you start over with 15. The same. The directions are at the top of those exploration list.
Wait, just reading surviving.
What's wrong?
No. This is
Yeah, the large
This is a
beaks
large.
survive.
Let's start over.
Yes.
Let's see.
So tails is big beaks.
That's awesome.
That's what I mean.
Sorry, all good.
Oh man.
Gratitude.
We're not going into that today. Once y'all are done, y'all can answer those questions. The two questions that the bottom are exploration guide. According to your data, yes.
To which side, both sides?
To both. There should be a pattern that you notice, so which individuals reproduced? Okay. So is everybody done with their trials? Okay. Still waiting on a couple people to answer questions. individuals reproduced? Which column did you end up making the next generation look like? The ones from the cemetery or the ones that survived?
Surviving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the survivors reproduced. So what did the organisms of the survivors look like?
The surviving generation?
Yeah, exactly. So they looked like their parents or the survivors. Okay, so make sure that all of the clothespins are in its appropriate plastic bags, and then please place the plastic bags back onto the tray, along with the penny and poster board, and the name tag, or the job tags. And materials manager, can you please put the trays back onto the table? Alrighty. So, I'm gonna go ahead and pass out some of these. Alright. So, think back to this exploration that we just did. Which organisms are surviving? Kristen?
The ones who are better adapted to the environment.
Yeah, that's right. So, yes, they're adapted, but it's also the ones that reproduced. The individuals that are reproduced, what do you think that they are called? Jennifer. So the name of the individuals that were reproduced, what do you think they were called?
The survivors?
It could be so the survivors, they reproduced. What did they reproduce?
Offspring?
Yeah.
Parents?
Yeah, that's right.
Next generation?
No, that's correct. Offspring. We actually are just now introducing this term, offspring. Annalise, could you read the definition of offspring?
It's an individual that is reproduced by a living organism.
Correct. And would you come put these on the word block, please? Mhm. Perfect. So, why do we think that these offspring are surviving? Sarah?
They're better adapted to their environment.
Yes, and not only are they better adapted, they're also reproducing. They're reproducing because, they are surviving because they're passing down traits, or the parents are passing down traits to their offspring, which is the word that we just learned. Who can tell me what the word inherit means? Alexis.
To receive something from someone else?
Yeah. So inherit is to have a trait or characteristic passed down from a parent to next generation. And then Alexis, we can add this to the word wall. And once you've written it, you can go ahead and wrap your words, or you can fidget pens now.
So, based off of the activity that we just did, who had the better chance of survival in the small seed environment? Tyler.
The small beaks.
And what is your evidence for your answer, Tyler?
Based on the lab that or the work that we did in the exploration, the large beak ones died out and went to the cemetery, whereas if the small beak ones went, they reproduced to the next generation or had offspring.
Okay. Yes, that is correct. So the small beak mockingbirds, they inherited the trait, which was, the small beaks from their parents, which gave them an advantage in that environment. So, now for the second part, who had the better chance of survival in the large seed environment? David?
The individuals with the larger beaks,
Yes, and why?
they were better adapted to the larger beaks and they survived. And the ones that didn't have that adaptation went to the cemetery and did not reproduce.
Correct. So between the small seed and large seed environment, what similarities do you notice between the survivors and their offspring? Think of the words that we just learned and how we can use them to answer this question. Could you tell me what similarities you noticed between the survivors and their offspring?
The offspring inherited traits such as a large or small beak from the survivors.
And it was best suited for the environment that they needed. Right. Alright, so we are all humans. So this is kind of transition a little bit. We're all humans, we're all the same species. And humans vary in their characteristics, just like we learned in a previous lesson. So how can humans vary from one another? Tyler?
Eye color?
Yeah. How about another example, Jennifer? Yeah. And one more. David.
Height?
Yes. Yes, and there's other countless characteristics such as hair color, or like in a previous lesson we talked about the hairline, or all of those good things. So let me go ahead and pass out this elaboration here real quick. So another example of this would be in puppies. So they all inherit characteristics from their parents. So dogs, they vary in external features even though they look the same. So with that being said, on question number 1 in your elaboration guide, fill in the blank. Would be based off of the question, it says offsprings blank all characteristics from their parents.
Inherit?
Correct. Another thing is, so plants also vary in characteristics as well. So in this example, this is the same plant, but notice that there are different variations in the leaves. You have different colors and they're different sizes as well as different shapes. So given that, what do you notice about these ears of corn and leaves?
They're all it's kind of a spectrum from light to dark.
Mm-hmm. Kristen, what else do you notice about these traits?
About the trait.
I'm sorry, about the corn.
That some of them are in different sizes.
Mm-hmm. Correct. So they also have different widths as well. Okay. Sorry about that. You'll have 3 minutes to answer the rest of your questions, and you can talk about this amongst your partners.
Blade sizes, different color, and different shapes.
Width, I guess. Size. Color. Size. Height, size. All shape too. Shape too.
More specific. Well, an example that I can relate to a previous assault we had is that offspring could potentially have a different number of spines on all of these.
So these are observations.
I do.
When you're finished, you can set your pins down. Sweet. So, fill in the blank. We already answered this one, but we'll go ahead and do it again. Alexis. Offspring, blank, all characteristics from the parents.
Inherit.
Correct.
What are the chances?
Alright, list 3 ways plants' offsprings can vary from their parents. Kristen.
Leaf blade sizes, different color leaves, and different shapes of leaves.
Correct. Fill in the blank. Blank are reproducing more organisms like themselves, which are called blank. Jennifer.
Survivors and offspring